Thank you so much. All right, now we have some questions. Most of the questions this evening are for the mayoral candidates, but we'll go through the ones for the trustees. Okay, so this is to both trustees, so we'll have Sherry answer the question first, and then Serena. What are your plans to ensure that the new proposed school will be built in Penhold?
It's no secret that I've been an advocate for a school to be built in this area, especially with the multiplex situated where it is, easily accessible to transportation, as well as the great programming that it brings in. And part of the work that I did was working towards getting a consultant to take a look at a number of different sites. There were 3 different sites that the school division has looked at. That report is now back and is ready to be released, and the board is approving that. So I would foresee that very soon we're going to have an announcement, and what we're really depending on is working with the provincial government to get the announcement to release those capital funds. And that's what I want to do for you, to get the capital funds so we can build that school.
Thank you. And Serena?
I feel very vested in ensuring that we do have a high school placed in Penhold. I have 3 children, and I would like them to be able to do their high school here. It'd just be a great opportunity to keep them within their own community so that they have that stability. What I would be able to do to assist with that is I would be a strong advocate to have the school placed here. I have extensive skill and experience in developing proposals and searching out funds and soliciting those funds in the hopes of getting programs started. So I would use those transferable skills to try and help with the process to get us a high school in this area.
Thank you very much. The next question. Every day, children leave our community on school buses to attend schools in other communities. What will you do to encourage their parents to have them attend Penhold schools? Yeah.
I think the work has already started. I believe that a number of initiatives have actually seen that students are staying in the Penhold schools. If you take a look at our enrollments, for instance, at Jesse Duncan, there was 40 children came into the kindergarten class this year. That is approximately 10 to 15 students more than the previous year. So I think that speaks very well to what's happening here. I think as well that with the initiatives and the strong leadership in both of our schools here with Jesse Duncan and with Penhold School, that we've got a great team of people that are not only creating programs, but creating a sense of family in each of those schools. And I think that what happens here is that people do and are staying in our schools in Chinook's Edge more and more.
Thank you. And Serena?
For example, what I will do is share with you a little bit about my personal experiences that I've had with Chinook's Edge. So I do have 3 children. I have 2 that are school-aged, one of which is in grade 1 this year, and the other is in grade 8. Now, my grade 8 student actually does take a bus and does leave the school system and goes to a Catholic system. Reason being is because they experienced some issues that they needed additional supports and resources that we didn't have available to us here. Now, I'm not going to share all of that with you, but I will tell you that there were some resources that she definitely needed. And one thing that I did mention is that I do strive to put children first, but I definitely strive to ensure that resources are in place. So to me, I feel that being on that board, I would advocate for resources. I would make sure that the students felt welcomed and were given the opportunity to really explore and have the resources in place that they need to be successful. So for myself, I had to make that decision on the behalf of my daughter. However, I have no concerns with our school system. It is a fabulous system. My son is in that system, and I have strong beliefs that eventually my daughter will be able to come back, hopefully for when we have that high school here. So I just think resources are needed, and we just really need to ensure to take the time to advocate and to listen to the families and to listen to the students to make sure that we act when action needs to be taken.
Thank you, Serena. And there's just one question left for school board trustees, and it is to Serena. With a young family, do you think you can commit the time required to be an effective trustee?
I do believe I can commit my time. Michaela Johnston from the Innisfail newspaper asked me, why didn't you run sooner? Well, reason being is because I couldn't commit the time sooner. So had I ran in the last election, I would not have been able to do you a service. So I chose not to. At this time, however, I have more opportunity. I have less commitment to the volunteer work that I've been doing because I have stability in place there now. I have great people working for those programs, so I no longer have to be committed to ensuring that those programs continue to operate. So with taking a step back from those other programs, only having one job instead of two, I know for a fact that I will be able to listen to you and to advocate on your behalf and to do a service for you. So I do think that the balance is there and I will be able to do that. So.
Thank you very much. And we're going to go into a 2-minute closing statement by each of the candidates, with Sherry starting that. Trying to look at my shoulder. Sorry.
Part of I think what is trusteeship is being a servant leader. And I believe that that's what I have been for you, and that's what I want to continue to do. I can't do that without your assistance, without your vote. But I think by being accessible, by seeing you trustee at PAC meetings, by being at school and community events, being in tune with those public consultations, to be able to talk to you both formally and informally, and take that information back to the board table and to reflect on what's going to be best for our children. That's who I am. That's what I want to represent for you. I believe that I can do that for you. I think our kids depend on us to care enough to go to the polls, to vote on the 18th, and I ask that you would vote Sherry Cooper for school trustee. Thank you.
And Serena, you'll have 2 minutes as well.
Okay. So I'd just like to thank you all this evening for coming out. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I do offer a diploma in social work, plus 8 years experience doing life skill development, career planning and development, as well as child development programming and planning. So I think with those experiences that I've had in the workforce, I'm able to use those skills to transfer them into this sector in order to be a strong advocate, able to listen to you and to hear your needs and what needs to be done in our sector, as well as ensure that the resources that we want to see for our children are in place. So the high school is there. If the children need counseling, that we have the psychiatrist able to come in or be on site on a continual basis, and that they're able to provide those supports. I strongly believe that just having open lines of communication and being able to connect with you will help us ensure that everyone is heard and the resources are there. So thank you very much. Thank you for your consideration and your support.
I'm going to